Claire works at her late father's hotel run by evil stepmother Maud. Maud's lover falls for Claire, sparking jealousy. Maud plots against Claire, who finds refuge on a farm with 7 princes, breaking free from her strict upbringing. The movie begins with the story of a young woman named Claire. After the sudden and tragic death of her father, a wealthy hotelier, Claire's life is turned upside down. Her stepmother inherits the entire hotel business, leaving Claire feeling lost and abandoned. One morning, Claire goes for her usual run through the nearby woods, a moment of solace in her otherwise chaotic life. However, her routine takes a terrifying turn when she is ambushed by a masked kidnapper and drives down a secluded forest road. As the car speeds through the winding path, the kidnapper swerves to avoid a wild boar that suddenly appears. The vehicle crashes into a tree, jolting Claire awake. Seizing the moment, she kicks open the trunk and escapes into the dense forest. She runs blindly, branches tearing at her skin, adrenaline fueling her every step. But her escape is short-lived. Confused and exhausted, she stops, unsure of where to go next. The kidnapper catches up to her, his gun aimed squarely at her. He orders her to close her eyes, claiming it will all be over quickly. The deafening sound of a gunshot pierces the air. Claire wakes up in a dimly lit room she doesn't recognize. Her head throbs as she tries to make sense of her surroundings. A man named Pierre enters, carrying a tray of breakfast. Pierre explains that he was hunting wild boars in the woods when he accidentally shot a woman. He believes Claire must have been involved in something sinister, as no one would try to kill her otherwise. When Claire suggests calling the police, Pierre's demeanor changes. He refuses, revealing that he has a criminal past and fears going back to prison. Leaving her no choice, Pierre brings her clean clothes, insisting she change while he washes her dirty and torn outfit. After getting dressed, Claire explores the house cautiously. She encounters another man, Vincent, who is playing the cello. The haunting melody captivates her, offering a brief moment of peace. Exhausted, Claire falls asleep while listening to the music but is startled awake by François, Pierre's twin brother. Pierre urges Claire to leave, warning that the people who tried to kill her will eventually find her there. Claire resists, arguing that his actions don't make sense. Why save her only to abandon her now? Pierre's frustration boils over, and he lashes out at her. Yet, he softens moments later, conflicted by his emotions. Their tension culminates in a kiss, which Claire does not resist. The connection is unexpected but undeniable. The following morning, Claire meets Vincent and his loyal dog. Unwilling to stay alone in the house, she convinces Vincent to take her along to the veterinarian. On their way back, Vincent suggests they stop at a quaint diner. Over coffee, Claire opens up about her past, sharing how she used to play the violin as a child but gave it up after losing her mother in a car accident. Touched by her vulnerability, Vincent later surprises her with a violin, encouraging her to reconnect with the music she once loved. Claire is deeply moved by his gesture. However, Pierre is far less pleased when he finds out about their outing. He reprimands Claire, warning that her presence in town increases the risk of being found. Claire notices his unease and tries to calm him, but his anxiety about their precarious situation remains. The tension between them grows, and their relationship takes an unexpected turn when Pierre and Claire share an intimate moment in the early morning. Late one night, Claire hears the television and assumes Pierre is watching it. She sits beside him, only to realize it is François. His nervous confession that he couldn't resist her catches Claire off guard, but his vulnerability makes her smile. The moment is awkward yet strangely endearing. Determined to regain some independence, Claire takes a job at a local diner. While at work, she tries to call her stepmother, Maud, but the call is abruptly disconnected when Claire identifies herself. The story then shifts to a week earlier, offering a glimpse into Maud's life. Maud watches her lover, Bernard, interact with Claire from her window. When Bernard joins her, she suggests they pause their relationship, claiming their feelings have faded. However, Bernard secretly professes his love for Claire, unaware that Maud overhears him. Consumed by jealousy, Maud begins plotting to eliminate her stepdaughter. One evening, Bernard expresses concern about Claire's sudden disappearance. Maud reassures him, pretending that Claire's absences are typical. Her phone rings, it's Claire, but Maud quickly ends the call. Back at the diner, Claire attracts the attention of several locals. Charles, a librarian she met during the vet visit, introduces his son, Clayman. Sam, the veterinarian, also shows interest, inviting Claire to a club. At the club, a man harasses Claire, and while Sam hesitates to intervene, Clayman steps in and punches the man. On the drive home, Claire compliments Sam's sensitivity, a quality she finds appealing. Encouraged, Sam pulls over, and their connection deepens further. The next morning, Maud arrives in town. She enters the library, where Charles compliments her beauty and mentions a new young woman in town. Maud claims she is searching for her stepdaughter and meets with the local pastor. The pastor offers to mediate a reunion between Claire and Maud, setting the stage for an emotional confrontation. Claire, meanwhile, encounters Clayman during a jog. His awkward attempts to impress her are endearing, and their bond strengthens. Seeking guidance, Claire confesses her romantic entanglements to the pastor. When the pastor reveals that Maud wishes to reconcile, Claire is hesitant but agrees to meet her. The reunion is emotional, with Maud claiming she located Claire using the phone number from the interrupted call. Claire, still wary, expresses her desire to stay in town, and Maud agrees to remain temporarily. Maud offers Claire a ride to work, but takes a detour to a cliff under the guise of a flat tire. She attempts to push Claire over the edge but is interrupted by the pastor's arrival. Her plan foiled, Maud drops Claire off at work and reschedules her scheme for another day. Later, at the diner, Charles asks Claire to speak with Clayman, who has been distant. Claire visits Clayman and reassures him, deepening their bond. On Sunday, Claire joins Maud for a picnic. Maud offers Claire a poisoned apple, but Clayman's sudden appearance interrupts her plan. Maud snatches the apple away, feigning concern for a stranger. That evening, Maud attends a town dance and spikes a glass of wine intended for Claire. However, Clayman accidentally knocks the glass over, further frustrating Maud's efforts. Desperate, Maud convinces Claire to leave the dance with her. Driving along a treacherous road, Maud confesses her jealousy and resentment, blaming Claire for her life's misfortunes. She pushes Claire out of the car near a cliff, assuming she is dead. Maud returns to the temple to light a candle but accidentally sets herself on fire. Claire survives the fall and wakes in a hospital surrounded by 7 men who care for her deeply. One by one, they kiss her, their love and support bringing her back to life.